Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. Right, today we're going to lead with a map, which is a river valley, as you can see down below, with the coast as well. Plenty of playability built into this one. It's a creator we've done 4 times on the channel in the past, and I've got another 3 of theirs at least on the long list to do eventually. Creator that is, as I said about Snoozeby yesterday, it's one of the modern old school. They do love to make an old school style map to the modern standards. So yeah, good one. Today's second map's been voted in by the BonBonBuddies over on Patreon. It's another good one, completely different from this one, not quite so flat, but has definitely got a lot of good things to say about it, so hang around for the second review if you can. Meanwhile, I've got one little thing to get started. That's right, bringing me a cup of coffee is a very good way of keeping me... clicking the like button is a very good way of supporting the channel. Get me seen by more people. Thank you very much for your support. Today's first map is Fairhaven by Lielanthris, and I love the name. But look at the thumbnail. Forget about the top now. I've seen that already. Right, the thumbnail. The text under Fairhaven, I can barely read that. It's red on green, and colour vision problems like me, you won't be able to read it. There's your start square. Okay, perfect start square. But yes, grumbling about the thumbnail. Just the same colour text would have been perfect. Terrain heights were there. There's your resources. That's a lot of field painting, but good size and splattered across the entirety of the map. So all for the playability. And if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, you have all of the little fishes as well. So all credit to Lielanthris for that. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's a 100% vanilla map. However, if you do have Tree Anarchy, this is another one of those maps that is being currently broken by Tree Anarchy. Now, that might be fixed already. It might be fixed in the future. Who knows? What can we do about it, hey? But it's just one of those things. It is a vanilla map, and it does have fewer than the tree limit, fewer than the number of trees in the tree limit. So, and as best I can tell, no under-highway tree detailing. So that's why under rail was probably the bigger thing, isn't it? But yeah, so it's fine. It's fine. I've just unsubscribed to Tree Anarchy for this review, and I'll subscribe to it for the next one. That's how these things go, okay? Just sub them in and sub them out. Anyway, Lielanthris, they've I've got memories of that sweeping Dutch style map with the wide canal, and I remember that one. That was a beauty. This one, we've got some hills on it. We've also got toll booths right by the power lines. Very nice there. But yes, this is just another one of those maps where Lielanthris just got a good idea for scale. Getting the right scale into a map to make you think, do you know what, I could build on that. And yeah, that's just one of the skills that they have that maybe some other creators don't. But we've all got different levels of skills, okay? So, and of course, we are all allowed to make mistakes and learn from them and get better, and we can learn from other people's skills and just getting the right amount of playability, the right buildability into a map, the size of the build planes and the size of the fields, and the size of your start square intersection, like this one is very neatly done. Now this intersection's got a little featurette. It's got some standing stones in each roundabout. I made me think maybe we're supposed to look through them and it gives us some sort of like sight, like a rifle sight. Well, maybe we're looking at something quite interesting off in the distance, but I'm not really seeing anything when the bridge gets in the way as well. But I'm not really seeing anything off in that angle. And maybe if we come over this way, not really anything over in that direction. It wouldn't have surprised me. It's something that I've done myself. In fact, I even made a working sundial at the top of a hill in my very first map, Merrickstowe. And so yeah, the little bits of creativity I encourage. It would have been fun if they'd actually pointed at something, but sadly not. Anyway, that goes off to the edge of the map over there. We'll have a little look at that featurette area over there in a moment. And then this would, if we were to follow the highway, nice trumpet intersection by the way, that will head up towards the lake and the edge of the map over there. But we're not doing that. I want to head over to the rail. There's very good reasons to come over to the rail. First of all, everybody's favourite factories. Here they are. It's a factory town. Just a little bit of a little former industrial livable area with the rail going on down there. It's very nicely done. And good skills, good standards. And then we've got rail that mostly, I mean, this is like a river valley plain. We have some slight elevated areas like here, where we cross across the old floodplains. That's very neatly done. And if we were to turn left, we'd be just following all the flatlands, which would be okay, but it would be a little bit boring. What we want to do is we want to see where the rail goes if we come this way. Will it be as perfect as we've seen so far? And the standards so far have been very nice indeed. So let's see what we do. Going up past, there's a dam there, damn it. Okay. And then the rail snakes up very smoothly through the hills, believably through the hills. And if I switch the lines of terrain on here, just got a slight climb, slightly steeper than true realism. So if you're a true realist, this might not be the map for you. But I would say this is on the standard Cities Skylines style build. A slope like that isn't too bad. It's one of those things. I always say it, if you can eyeball check it, if it's not really obvious with your naked eye, then it's okay. And it wasn't massively. I just kind of picked out, and it's sort of area where you're not going to be staring at it anyway, because it's out there in the hills. So maybe it's okay. Maybe it's all right. Anyway, so let's have a look. We've got a lovely river system pushing out into. We've got the bay area there as well, nice big harbour area, and an interesting coastline as well, and all of those fields for field painting. We've got shipping. You'll be pleased to know we have shipping. Let's have a little look at the shipping. Now the shipping, it's not the prettiest. We've seen some very pretty shipping routes. That said, I can't really fault it, because you're not going to see any ships doing anything stupid. All the ships can get where they need to go. You're going to see ships in the distance. If you want to follow a ship individually, you might go, well, that's a really dumb route that ship took there. You might. But who follows individual ships to see what routes they take? So long as they don't do anything dumb, obviously dumb, like zigzags or anything like that, then I would argue that that's more than adequate, you know? More than adequate. So anyway, we've got this bay here. It's a natural looking bay. Maybe it was reclaimed, some of that, but I buy into that. I like that. A nice buildable area. We've got these offshore bars, and they are, again, very finely done. Got the Essential Lighthouse there. Isn't she lovely? It's for the BonBonBingo players. We've got this spit coming out here again. Totally believable as well. Liking the shape, just liking the shape of the coast. And even this little cutout island over here. I can just about believe that has been eroded down to that point. So hills. Hills, you're not going to be doing any building in the hills. I wouldn't have thought. Not a great amount, if anything. But yes, they're mostly there for background, I would say. And the same over this side as well. Got some interesting shapes of hills over this side as well. The old ridges, the rippling and the ruffling. But yes, it's dramatic, but it is mostly for background. Now have a look at the tree. It looks like tree spamming to me. If you have a look along the top of the trees here, the top of the hill, same number of trees on the cliff, same number of trees down in the valley. And it's like that across the entirety of the map. So again, who's going to really notice? It's a vanilla style play, but anybody who wants finely polished hills and valleys, probably not so. Again, though, they're really good with the fields. Some very nice, very strong, decent sized fields for industries, etc. Or just building residential and trying to break away from a grid city. Very nice. And we've got that ridge running across the entirety of the map as well. Bit of rock work here. This is quarry. This is actually ore here, so it's good to see. And it does kind of highlight this little area. You might want to do a little industrial area. Why not? Why not indeed? Then we have down here, this is your water pumping. Now we have obviously power going to the toll booths there. You may notice though that our pumping area is already drained. So there might be a little bit of extra work to do up at this way. This is without any city building at all. we're already struggling for water down there. Then you've got your pumping. This is where, sorry, your sewage pumps out into the ocean. And again, it's going to work fine. That's going to work fine. You'll have a bit of sewage out in the sea, but it's got to go somewhere, isn't it? We do have the pipes down as well. You'll see that heads up through the start square, just edges into the start square, and the power lines as well also come down to start square. So you've got power from the off without having to worry about power stations, which is, I've got to say, a nice little thing. Had a look at the fields. So we've got other sorts of fields. We've got an orchard field over here. Let's come and have a little orchard field. That will do very neatly indeed. So yes, lots of good standards, and I'm liking the ridge, which brings a third dimension as well into the build. The dam. I don't know about this dam area. I don't really understand how. I mean, I do understand how. I don't buy that as a reservoir area. It just doesn't really work for me. But it's well done. One of those. Yeah, it's not one for me. Everybody can tell me how wrong I am, because you always do. Okay. We've got these sea defences. This is nice. This I do like. Okay. Grumble about the dam. Really like the sea defences. That is very nicely done. Cool. And then big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge for the BonBonBingo players. And everybody who plays BonBonBingo who's got Blue Mantle on their bingo card likes a bit of Blue Mantle. Oopsie. Didn't expect to see that. Rail over road. That's very perfectly done. Very slickly done. However, we do have a little hint of Blue Mantle on each end as well. I mean, it might be it's tied in with Tree Anarchy. I don't see it. We'd see that on every map, wouldn't we? If it was tied into Tree Anarchy. And then I think we're about done. Oh, hang on. There's I saw a little bit of Blue Mantle over here as well. That's just the way it's cut through. So that might give you a little bit of Blue Mantle from a distance if you're doing screenshots from far off, the way it's cut through the hill there. So just little visual things. Anyway, yeah. I mean, all told though, I mean, it's like Lielanthris. The maps are made for playability, aren't they? Look at that wind farm right there on the ridge. Very neat. Yeah, all made for playability. But do you think it's playable? Do you like it? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now or the link in the description. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. Just make sure you're voting on Fairhaven, because there are 2 maps. What do I think of Lielanthris' Fairhaven? Well, aesthetically, again, it's a very nice map design. Just liking the layout, liking the general shape. I'm liking the field painting. Doesn't really pop for me. It's vanilla temperate theme. So again, we're talking about a vanilla theme. Realistic 1.2 LUT. Nothing really screams. So I'm going to go into 4 stars, but I'm going to go at the bottom end. Detailing. I was going to go for a very high 3 or a bottom end of 4, but 2 big splashes of Blue Mantle. It's got to drop down to 3 stars. So medium high 3. Gameplay potential. Lielanthris makes maps for building cities on. This is right up there. It'd be very, very, very high 4 stars if it wasn't for the little splashes of bits and pieces for tidying. So just a high 4 from me. Just a high 4. Fairhaven by Lielanthris. You don't understand how high a high 4 is in my ratings. Really good. Anyway, we'll take a brief intermission. We'll come right back for our second map after this. And so we're back with today's second map. This one, look at it. Look at it. Just look at it. How lovely is that? That is really good. Been voted in by the BonBon buddies over on Patreon. And I'm so glad that they did. It's a very, very, very nice map. We've reviewed this creator once in the past, episode 1462, where they got 12 stars, but very rarely no seal of approval. But this one just feels Very nice indeed. I can't emphasize it enough. Not super flat though. Okay. Right, today's second map is Hadeland. It's Norwegian, isn't it? Hadeland. Okay. By Jax. Okay. Jax is from Norway. This does have a Norwegian kind of vibe to it, like we had one last week as well. We've got some pre-built roads in. I'm okay with them. Doesn't really do it for me. But at terrain heights, yes, it's buildable, but it's not flat. And lots of fertile land on this map. A little bit of ore here and there. A little bit of oil, not too much. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and want to do some fishing, it's not really a fishing map, but there are bits and pieces around the map to access if you want. Okay, off to the workshop. What do you need? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. There isn't a one-click collection, but there is a list of items on the right-hand side. You can see I'm not going to read through all of them. There's also a theme mix. Now, the theme mix contains Course Canyon, Clara, New Boreal, generic 4K, the relight settings to 0, so it'll be a little bit darker than I would normally present a map like this. But there it is. Shall we? Thank you. We're moving. Shall we move, please? Lovely. And to my great shame, once I loaded up the theme mix, I didn't notice which LUT we were using. I'm guessing it's a relight LUT. I'm guessing, but I honestly don't know. So I can't give you an answer to that one. But it still looks good. Definitely feels very wet and cold and Norwegian, doesn't it? Anyway, Rune de Boot. We've got a little bit of build-up traffic on the Rune de Boot already. You can see it up there. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Traffic manager will sort it out. We were running with mass transit national roads and like just 2-lane highways here and there. There's going to be a little bit of a pile up of traffic in places. But yes, there's something very, very nice about this map. It's not super flat, and a few of you won't like the pre-built roads that are in place for the towns. Again, if you don't like them, you know what to do. You know that bulldozer thing? You can just remove them, and then you can build your own roads. But the layout of the roads that Jax has put down, it feels quite nice. So if that's the sort of thing you want to be playing, if you want to be building a Norwegian style pre-built, it's pretty good for that. It's pretty good for that. The layouts they've put down make plenty of sense. So yeah, it's and just look at the aesthetics of it. It just, it's lovely. it's lovely, and a bit of a contrast actually. We had that Norwegian style map last week, and that one felt more. I think I used the word fuzzy felt or Playmobil or something like that. Yeah, it felt more. This does have a more realistic kind of ilk to it, and I think all credit can go to Jax for getting that nice realistic feel. So yeah, it's a good map, aesthetically speaking, very good map. And we're going to follow the highway kind of at this level for a while because we don't see many maps like this one. I just want to give you a real feel for the map. You might see a little bit of bumps on the rail on the left-hand side there. We'll talk more about the rail shortly. Anyway, heading down to the start square area here. And a little tunnel. This was my little note. Once you get to the tunnel, little bridge area here and tunnel area here, you're into the start square. And you can see it's not super flat. It's not super flat, but it's buildably flat. Cities Skylines level of flat. Got some nice little waterways going on here. We've got the rail. The rail continues. Do you know what? I'm not going to follow the rail too closely. We'll have a look at a couple of spots of the rail a bit later on when I do me jumping about. But you've got a good shaped lake there. Nice colour of blue. I know a lot of that is a reflection of the skybox that I use, but still very nice. And then you've got these little pre-built networking. There's got a tree on the road there. Little tree on the road. Just the one there. We are using Tree Anarchy on this particular map. It's not broken this map, so that's good news, I guess. But yes, we've got some nice little pre-built areas that some of you will go, oh, I love this. This saves me a lot of effort. And some of you will hate it. It's down to you. It's down to you. Again, bulldozer costs you absolutely nothing, or you can just grab the whole lot with move it and remove all of the networking. Got a standing stone here for some reason. I don't see any reason why there shouldn't be a standing stone there. And amongst all of the things, there's the parking lots roads. It's my most watched tutorial, how to use parking lot roads by Baddy Deer. And yeah, we got those down as well. So I'm guessing real life location. just feels like it, doesn't it? And we'll head off and have a look at the hills and the forests. The hills and the forests, and reminisce for things gone by, and old maps and new maps, and how what map will look in 2023 once it's had its complete revamp. Yes, big changes coming to the channel. If you haven't been around and you're wondering what's happening in 2023, I'll tell you, there's a lot happening in 2023. Big changes to the channel. It'll be good. We'll gain some and we'll lose some as well. And hopefully we'll be gaining some really good tutorials. I've got a stack of tutorials I've been planning to make for ages. So it should free up a lot of time for me to crack on with those. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a little bit of flyover of the... what's happened to the camera? What's up to the cap? Come on, camera. There we go. Oh, blimey. It seems to have started. It's right, okay. Right, anyway. So yeah, we go. Let me just say, while the camera's stuck, yes, now's a really good time to subscribe to the channel. Now's also a really good time to become a BonBon buddy, supporting the channel either on Patreon or YouTube membership, because there's going to be a whole bunch of new rewards coming in over Christmas. I don't want you missing them. There you go. Everything seems to be working again now. Wow, that was weird. That was very, very weird. Anyway, shipping routes. If you want shipping routes, we have one down here. That's it. Just that one. Okay. It's not really a shipping map, is it? But that one little bit makes all of the sense to have a shipping route down there for those people that want to access it and have the 81 tile mod. Then we have water flow in the start square. Or do we? Where is the start square? Hang on. I've lost the start square. There we go. There's the start square right there. It's a very light flow river. We've got a lake there as well. I recommend mods or DLCs and water towers. That's what I recommend there. It's definitely not set for a vanilla style play. It's going to cause you big problems. Very, very big problems. But it looks good. Looks good. Something visually very pleasing. Right, now, intersection marking tool is in operation, done to a interesting style. Okay, interesting. Got a little bit of road, little niggling bumps, and yeah, not quite perfection there, just shy of. But I'm liking the lane merge. I'm liking the lane mathematics as well. Now down here, you'll see we've got some of the road stress, the old black on the road there from the road stress. There's a specific thing causing that, and that is this little splash of blue mantle there. You can't be blaming that on tree anarchy. Really can't. So we got that one. Then we got this little funny looking bridge here. It's a funny wonky bridge, right? That's not why I came to show you this bridge, because this bridge also has a little bit of blue mantle just on the underside over that side there. Then we got this little road bridge here. It's a cute little road bridge, but, well, I think you can guess the theme here. We've got a big splash of blue mantle on the underside of that one there. Doesn't even connect up properly, actually. And you can even see this one from above. We've got a big old clunk of blue mantle on the underside of that one too. Water is probably pouring off into the mantle as we speak. Now, that's enough of me grumbling about blue mantle. There's more, but that's enough. This is like a water course. You imagine the water draining down here from the hills, finding its way down to... So this is kind of like a dry stream where all these trees are. Does that make sense? I think it does. Good. I'm going with it. Anyway, this just follows down. It's nice. It's very, very nice. It's very pleasing. Okay? Don't rush me. I'm getting there. It then heads down underneath that little bridge. Makes sense. Down through here. And then starts accumulating in the actual waterways itself. It's nicely done. It's not the most polished bit of work, but it is nicely done, and I approve. Heads down into the lake. How nice is that? And it's a good shape, and it's a good size. It's believable, it's pleasing, it's aesthetic, and it's going to make for an interesting build around the outside. I'm all for it. Then the outflow from the lake comes down this little river. Now this river struggles a little bit in places. You might notice it's a little bit jaggedy on a few of the river banks. But as we get down towards the bottom part of the river, you're going to notice it's just going to dry up a little bit. Just a little bit too much. Where are we? Down here somewhere. It was, I promise you, it was. Yeah, here we go. You can see it's really struggling at this point. Not enough water getting down here. So we are quite close to the edge of the map, but even so, it's no excuse. No excuse for not having a river behaving like a river. And also have a little look here. This just doesn't quite look finished down here. We've got the sand under there, which we've not seen anywhere else. Doesn't make any sense. And the finishing of the shoreline just looks a bit pixelated and untended. So there's that. But all told, I love the aesthetics of this map. I love that it's not flat, but it's still buildable. There's still something about it, and it's just a little bit different from many of the maps. So many maps we see these days are so similar. But this one stands out, and I'm glad that the BonBon Buddies have voted for it. I'll be even more glad if you vote for it. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now. You'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. But make sure you're voting on Hadeland by Jax. Okay, what do I think? Well, I think aesthetically this really is very nice. It's not the most beautiful map. I'm not going to try and tell you it's the most beautiful map. It really isn't. But it gives me vibes of the area. I mean, I feel damp and cold and chill just looking at it. It's 4 stars. I'm just going to go slightly below middle 4 though. Detailing. I'd like to talk about going into 4 stars, but there is a lot of little broken bridges with the blue mantle, a lot of them, and a few niggly bits here and there, and the rail and stuff. It's all niggly bits. The standards are high, but I can't go to 4 stars. It's a high 3. Gameplay potential. I can see a lot of fun to be had with this one. I would have preferred fewer of the pre-built roads in the town areas, but even so, I'm going to go to 4 stars for a lowish 4. Hadeland by Jax. Thank you, Jax. That really made my day when I opened that one up. I didn't know quite how good or bad it was going to be. It could have been a train wreck, and it really wasn't. It was the best part of my day opening that map. So thank you so much. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Thank you to all the BonBon Buddies on Patreon. There they are there, scrolling. You get your name up there as well. You've got a good chance of getting your name up there. If you use the word of the day, it won't make any difference at all. You have to pay. But if you use the word of the day, you'll be part of the 20 and out elite, and I'll love you for that as well. See you very, very soon.